Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Oral Communication in Context, Week 7 to 8. So, for this week, we will focus on the types of speech acts, responding effectively and appropriately to speech acts as well. But before that, may I introduce to you first the teachers of Oral Communication in Context in Binyan City Senior High School, San Antonio campus. Of course, starting with the ever beautiful Ma'am Linjoy O. Martin. Next is Ma'am Maricel G. Garcia. Next is Ma'am Leonora O. Del Mundo, our master teacher too from the English department and also in grade 11 level. So, and the last one from the list of the teachers teaching oral communication, of course, myself. I'm Sir John Maverick M. Galang, but you can call me Sir Mavs for short. So, I'm hoping that this topic will be beneficial to all of you because this is going to be the last week of our topic for quarter 1. And I know that there are a lot for you to accomplish for this week, including your summative test and some of the activities included in this week from your module. But I am still hoping and I am believing that all of you were able to comply with all the tasks given to you. I know that this is going to be a tough week, but if ever you have any questions, feel free to contact your teachers or your teacher from the same subject. And yeah, I think we are all set to proceed with our topic for this week. And are you ready, guys? That's good to hear. So without further ado, let's start our discussion in 3, 2, and 1. Alright, so we are back to our discussion for this week, and I want to share something about speech acts. Actually, the main purpose of speech act is to, give both the sender and the receiver the same idea or the same understanding about the message being sent from the sender. So speech act is something that is expressed by an individual, not only in the information, but it performs action as well. So for example, I told you to, I said like, I want to eat a kimchi. Can you please pass the kimchi to me? So what do you think? What do you think is the purpose of that statement? I mean to say, I'm expressing an information, but at the same time, I am requiring an action coming from the one I am talking to, right? So I mean to say, since I want the kimchi, and then I told my friend to pass the kimchi to me, mean to say, my friend will do the action to pass the kimchi right in front of me. So I mean to say, that is a sort of command. All right. So command is under of the one of the categories or types of speech acts. Later on, we're going to discuss that. And we all know that we already discussed the speech styles, like we are having an intimate conversation, we are having a casual conversation, and speech acts is a part of it actually. So later on we will go going to discuss that. So for the continuation of our topic, a speech act is an utterance that a speaker makes to achieve an intended effect. So I mean to say, I am talking in front of you because there is an intended effect. And what is that? The intended effect is to educate all of you, to inform all of you and to give you information that you need as part of your education or as part of your learning. So that is a speech act. So speech acts are performed when a person offers an apology, for example. So for example, greeting, request, a complaint, invitation, compliment, or refusal. So refusal is also part of speech act. So speech act is an act of communication. So actually there are three types of speech acts. So according to J.L. Austin of 1962, a philosopher of language and the developer of speech act theory, there are three types of acts in every utterance given in the right circumstances or context. So these are, number one, locutionary, number two, illocutionary, and number three, perlocutionary. So there are three: locutionary, illocutionary, and perlocutionary. What is an example, or what is a line or a statement that is under the example of locutionary? Okay, so for example, please do the dishes. That is an example of it, of locutionary. Why? Later on, I'm going to share it with you. Next, illocutionary. For illocutionary, let me say, by uttering the locution, for example, please do the dishes. So meaning to say, I am commanding you to please do the dishes because we are done eating our dinner, or for example, lunch. So the speaker requests the addressee to wash the dishes, and that's an example of illocutionary. Last, perlocutionary. So what is example line or example statement for this one? Please do the dishes would lead to the addressee washing the dishes. So meaning to say, when I say please do the dishes, the one I'm talking to will do the action for me. Sila ang gagawa ng action para sa akin at hindi ako. I'm just giving them the information, but they will be the one to do it for me because I'm the one who is requesting for them to do the task or the action. So I hope you were able to understand at least a part of information that I have shared with you right now. And to dig deeper, let me define what is locutionary. So locutionary act is the actual act of uttering or saying something. So mean to say, it is a striking or direct to the point speech which requires or which contains a meaning wherein both the sender and the receiver understood or understand each other. So meaning to say, si sender and receiver, nagkakaintindihan sila kahit yung one word lang na yun ang sabihin ko. What is the example? Or before the example, let me share this to you. What are the hints or clues that it is, or what are the hints or clues that we may consider that this statement or line is under locutionary? So for locutionary, it has sense and most importantly for communication to take place, and it has the same meaning to both speaker and the listener. So utterances give rise to shared meaning when it is adjusted by the speaker for the listener. So what are the examples of locutionary act? For example, I said, wow. So meaning to say, I am amazed, I am surprised, I am in deep shock when I say wow. What about get out? Meaning to say, I want you to leave my room, or I want you to leave this area right away. Right? Get out. So when I say get out, please leave immediately. So when I say hello, hi, so meaning to say you are greeting someone. So meaning to say, from that word, you were able to imply a message already, or you were able to imply a meaning already, which the listener or the receiver comprehends also. So, naiintindihan din ni listener. Kaya sabihin ko lang na hello. When I say hello, meaning to say, kinakamusta kita. Right? But when I say, wow, hindi ko na kailangan sabihin na, wow, nagulat ako. Or nagugulat ako. So, I don't necessarily need to say that. Because when I say wow, meaning to say, I'm already shocked or amazed. Okay? So, I hope you're able to get it. And yeah, you were able to comprehend the information earlier that I have shared with you. So the next one is the illocutionary. So illocutionary act is the social function of what is said. So meaning to say, social function of what is said. So it is not just saying something itself, but with the act of saying something with the intention of, number one, stating an opinion, conforming, or denying something. So illocutionary act is a speech act wherein we state an opinion, or we confirm something, we deny something, or we are making prediction, or we are making a promise or a request, or even issuing an order or a decision, or even giving advice or permission. So what are those things? For example, sinabi ko yung opinion ko about sa nangyari sa Pilipinas. So that is in front of my friends, or in front of my colleagues. So that is a form of illocutionary act. What else? When I do prediction, for example, magkakaroon ng bagyo sa mga susunod na araw. Alright? So, for example, another example, a promise. I promise to love you even better. So, sweet, di ba? Promise eh. So, next, request. Please pass the kimchi to me. That's a request. Can you please submit the documents right away? So another example, you're making a decision. I wanted to go to Canada this year. So that is a promise or a decision. So what are the examples of illocutionary acts? When it comes to opinion, for example, it's more fun in the Philippines. That is actually a opinion. Why? Because it is based on my opinion, or it is based on my experience that the Philippines is a country that is more fun to visit or to travel with friends. So it's more fun in the Philippines. That is an opinion. Next, when I say promise, for example, I'll help you clean the house tomorrow. So I'll help you clean the house tomorrow. I mean to say, bukas kapag naglinis tayo, tutulungan kita. That is a promise already. So what about an order or request? When I say, get my things in the office. So you are ordering someone to get your things from your office. So that is illocutionary act. So next, number 3, perlocutionary act. So perlocutionary act refers to the consequent effect of what was said. Ano yung naging epekto ng kung ano ang sinabi sa'yo. Okay? So this is based on the particular context in which the speech act was mentioned. So this is often seen when a particular, for example, effect is sought from either the speaker or the listener. So, or both, pwedeng both. So the response may not necessarily be physical or verbal and is elicited by, for example, inspiring or insulting. Pwedeng inspiring or pwedeng insulting. persuading or convincing. Next is deterring or scaring. So, what are the examples or ano ba yung mga lines or statements that are considered to be under perlocutionary acts? So, for example, we can do this. We heal and we win as one. We can do this. We heal and we win as one. So what do you think is the purpose, or what do you think does the message implies? Of course, it inspires us, because when we say we can do this, we inspire people that whatever comes in our way, we can surpass all of the problems that we may encounter along the way. We heal and we win as one. That is very inspiring. Next, it is crucial that we give all our collective efforts to fight against the pandemic. We must start working together. So mean to say, you are persuading, you are convincing the people that we need to do, or we need to have our collective efforts to fight against the pandemic. You are gathering the people, you are persuading and convincing them for us to be united, and let's fight pandemic or the COVID-19 together through discipline. So, ano sa Pilipino yun? Kinukumbinse natin ang lahat ng tao na labanan ang COVID-19 sa pamamagitan ng ating pagsama-sama at pagtutulungan sa pamamagitan ng ating pagdidisiplina sa ating sarili. So, mean to say, we are persuading or kinukumbinse natin ang lahat to be disciplined enough. Alright? So, next, smoking destroys your health. For example, certain as it brings diseases. It kills you, your loved one, and others. So mean to say, you are scaring, or you are not really scaring, but you are informing people the side effects of smoking. So we have to prevent it as soon as possible, because health is wealth. So we are informing them maybe the consequences to prevent them from smoking. So it is a sort of prevention or caution to the people. Parang in Filipino, binibigyan na natin sila ng babala. Alright? So, those are the three types of speech acts, together with the examples and the definition. And right now, we will proceed with the SEARLE's classification of speech acts. I'm not so sure if this is SEARLE's or SEARLE's, S-E-A-R-L-E. I think it's SEARLE's. So, as a response to Austin's speech act theory, John Searle of 1976, a professor from the University of California in Berkeley, actually classified illocutionary acts into 5 distinctive categories. So starting from number 1, the assertive, number 2, directive, number 3, commissive, number 4, expressive, and number 5, declaration. So we will start with the first one, which is the assertive. Okay. So assertive is is the first distinct category of illocutionary acts based on John Searle. So what is assertive? It is a type of illocutionary act in which the speaker expresses belief about the truth of a proposition. So some examples of an assertive act are suggesting, putting forward, swearing, or boasting, and concluding. So what are the examples, or what is the example rather? For example, I will say, No one can love you better than I do. So that is so sweet, right? So when I say no one can love you better than I do, mean to say I am concluding already. I am giving you the conclusion, the assurance that nobody in this world loves you more than I do. And I am the only person who will love you in the best way that I can. So meaning to say, I am giving you the assurance. I'm concluding already, and it is a form of putting information forward or being straight to the point. So yeah, that is assurance. So no one loves you better than I do. So So yeah, that's an example. Wala nang magmamahal sa'yo ng mas higit pa kesa sa akin. So anyway, kilalang kilala niya yung lahat ng tao. So next, directive. So from the word direct, means to say straight to the point. A type of illocutionary act in which the speaker tries to make the addressee perform an action. So some examples of directive act are asking, ordering, requesting, inviting, advising, and even begging. So what is the example? Please maintain the cleanliness of our school. So when I say please maintain the cleanliness of our school, I am ordering the people or my classmates or even the utility staff of the school to please maintain the cleanliness of our school. That is ordering, or even requesting, or even inviting, because you are inviting people to maintain cleanliness in the school. So yeah, that is directive. You are giving directions or instructions. Next, number 3, commissive. Commissive is a type of illocutionary act which commits the speaker to do something in the future. So this is future, in the future perspective. So examples of a commissive act are promising, planning, vowing, and betting. So those are in future, future context na, or future based na yung information. So what is the best example for that? For example, from this moment on, I will love you and honor you for the rest of my life. O sweet ulit. So from this moment on, mean to say you are giving promise already, you are planning already, you are vowing already, and you are betting already that from this moment on, you will love her or him and honor her or him for the rest of your life. Nangangako ka na mamahalin mo siya at pangangalagaan mo siya sa buong buhay mo. So yeah, that is commissive. Number 4, expressive. So this is a type of illocutionary act in which the speaker expresses his or her feelings or emotional reactions. So some examples of an expressive act are thanking, apologizing, welcoming, and deploring. So when we say expressive, it has something to do with our emotions, right? So we are thanking or apologizing, we are welcoming, and deploring. So example, thank heavens you came to save me, so I owe you my life. So that is a form of giving thanks to the person who saved you. So thank heavens you came to save me, I owe you my life. Excuse me. Another example, I would like to apologize for the trouble I have caused you. So meaning to say, you are apologizing for all the trouble that you have caused to that person since then, for example. Alright? So, yeah, those are the examples of expressive for the expressive category. So number 5, the last on the list, declaration. So for declaration, a type of elocutionary act which brings a change in the external situation. So simply put, declarations bring into existence or cause the state of affairs which they refer to. So some examples of declarations are blessing, firing, baptizing, bidding, passing a sentence, or excommunicating. So example, you are hired. So when we say from the word declaration, we declare something. We are announcing something, or even proclaiming something. So when I say you are hired, by saying that line to someone who is hired, an employee causes or brings out the person's acceptance to the job. So consequently, this charge or this changes his external situation. So when I say you are hired, of course, naapektuhan ako, nagbabago ang aking emotions and the environment that I am into. Example, sinabihan mo ako na I am hired. Syempre matutuwa ako. Alright? And the vibe and the emotion and the feel the vibe, the emotion and the feeling will change. Siguro magiging masaya ako kahit pagod na ako. Because I am hired. And that is a form of declaration as a category or as a distinct category for illocutionary act. Alright, so those are the types of speech acts and the 5 distinct categories for illocutionary act. So those are the topics that we need to cover for this week, and there are activities that you need to answer from your module. So please refer to your weekly home learning plan on what activities that should be answered by you and or should be accomplished this week. And then don't forget to answer your summative test, because that is the most important output that you need to submit every 2 weeks. Alright, so I hope you learned something about with the discussion we have made this week, and I'm looking forward to see you again by next quarter. I think I'm going to discuss about the week 3 and 4 for quarter 2 for oral communication and context. Alright, so without further ado, I'm going to end this video lesson and see you all next time. I'm so excited to see you again, and please stay healthy and stay well, and God bless you all. So goodbye. Thank you very much for being with me this week.